If you're interested in giving back to the community, this morning's guest knows the way. Who is he? You'll meet him coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the new branch location for Tidelands Bank on Highway 17 Bypass South in Murrells Inlet. We're focused on the United Way of Horry County, and we're visiting with one of the members of its board of directors and its vice president of finance. Good morning, Woody Ford.
How are you?
It's a tremendous opportunity to get you in. And of course, what about this Tidelands Bank?
It's a beautiful branch.
The new branch location. Of course, they were kind enough to let us in an hour and a half before they open up. Of course, July 4th tomorrow. They're going to be kind enough to let us in tomorrow as well, even on a day off, which is very nice. Andy Lesnick will be with us tomorrow.
All right.
Great to get you in, Woody.
Well,
We've been trying to do this for a while.
Yes, I'm very honored to be here.
No, not at all. The honor's on us. It's a great thing, of course, particularly to celebrate. I think it was last year you were recognized as the Wall College of Business Alumni of the Year out at Coastal Carolina University. And, of course, we're a finalist a couple of years ago for the Sun News Volunteer of the Year. I think we wanted to get you in to highlight that years ago, but it's taken this long.
Yes. Well, I'm just happy to be here, and, of course, I'm always honored when anyone takes any interest in some of the stuff that I do.
And you do a lot. That's exactly right. You do a lot. Speaking of that, Woody, big plans tomorrow for July 4th?
I just plan to cook out and veg out.
Yes, yes. Will your kids be in town?
My kids will be here. My family's just planning on having a very relaxing 4th of July.
Good, good. Well, Bob Hendrick was with us on Monday, highlighting the 25th annual Murrells Inlet July 4th Boat Parade.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get out and take a look at that.
You may want to get out and check that out. I think he said between 10 and 11 a.m. A lot of folks, even a lot of our viewers, will be out at the Murrells Inlet Marsh Walk or down at Blaine Methodist Church. Some good viewing locations checking out this now 25th anniversary. As a matter of fact, tomorrow in Murrells Inlet, it's Bob Hendrick Day.
Wow.
You can believe that.
What an honor for Bob.
I know.
He's a great guy. He does a lot, Shriners and everything else.
His activity with the Shriners, you're aware of that. That's exactly right. And I think he was familiar with your activity with the United Way, which has been going on virtually since you got here. What year did you get here, Woody?
We arrived in this area in November of '93, so we're coming up on our 15th year here. My wife and I are implants this area, but we love the Horry County area. Great people, a lot to do.
Yes.
And it's just a great area.
You're a native of where, Woody?
My family's from Sumter. I'm actually from a military family. So I was actually born in Panama.
Panama?
My dad
not
was
like Panama, Florida.
Not
or anything.
Panama, Florida. Panama, Central America.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, my dad was in the military, in the Army, and training, and I was born over there and stayed there for a couple of years. And we moved around. I did go to elementary school in Sumter. Both my parents are from Sumter.
They're Sumter native.
They're Sumter natives.
Right. And your wife is from?
My wife's from Columbia.
She's good. Not
born and
Columbia,
raised,
but Columbia.
Not Columbia, Central America.
Not Central America again, but
South America.
Right.
She's from Columbia, South Carolina, so her entire family's from that area.
So you all have deep roots in the Palmetto State?
Yes, sir.
That's tremendous.
So when my dad retired from the military, we all moved back here. With the exception of one of my sisters, my whole family's here in South Carolina. So.
That's tremendous. That is tremendous. What actually brought you down to Horry County in '93? Brought you and Doris down here?
Well, I work for Blue Cross and Blue Shield of South Carolina.
Yeah.
And we opened up an office here to administer a TRICARE contract in this area. At that time, there were some displaced military folks from the closing of the Air Force Base back in '91.
That same year.
Right. Yes, and so our company saw an opportunity to take advantage of some of the displaced folks in this area, and TRICARE is military health insurance, so it fit right into coming in and helping out the economy.
Right. For viewers who weren't familiar with that, you just answered it. TRICARE means military health insurance.
That's correct.
And is it always administered by Blue Cross Blue Shield throughout the country, or is it different partners in different states?
It's actually subcontracted out. by the Department of Defense.
Right.
And we're actually partnered with a company called HealthNet Federal Services out of California.
Okay.
And so we actually subcontract with them to administer that contract here.
Mm-hmm.
But the TRICARE claims processing parts are always contracted out by the government.
They've got a big presence in the PD as well, right? In Florence and maybe even over in Sumter.
Yes, our main TRICARE office is in Florence, is in our
Okay.
Florence office.
Right.
And they administer TRICARE claims processing for the South region.
Yes.
And here we administer it for the North region.
That's tremendous. We interviewed a gentleman in Florence, golly, 4 or 5 years ago for the PD Area Council of the Boy Scouts, who was on the council at the time, who was the head of the office there in Florence. His name's slipping me, but a very interesting guy, really dedicated to the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
And the activities there, it looks like TRICARE really steps out and gets involved in the community. What year did you get active with the United Way of Horry County?
I actually got active with the United Way in '95.
Okay, so virtually right after arriving.
That's correct, because
Wow.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield does support local nonprofits and local agencies within our community. So it was my turn to head up our United Way employee drive at Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Right.
And I got involved there, and I've been there ever since.
That is tremendous, Woody. And now you are, am I correct, the Director of Operations?
I'm an operations director.
For the TRICARE
North region.
North region. Okay, well that is a big deal. And of course, it's right up is the big location here right up the bypass here?
Right up the bypass.
17 bypass south as well, right there in
Yes.
Surfside Beach.
That's correct, right by the Dunkin' Donuts and the
Listen
new
to
Bonefish
that.
Grill.
We know where folks are heading. Yeah, there's a
Yes.
Hardee's there on the
There's
corner.
a Hardee's there.
Now, and I think they've got a Baskin Robbins in there with Dunkin' Donuts. As you said, Bonefish Grill. I think across the way there's a Bojangles. So
That's correct.
if folks are in for a little fast food, there's no way they can miss. Now, there's something going up right in front of y'all's office right there. Is there another restaurant or something going up there? Do you know?
I believe it's a Chili's
Chili's. That'll
restaurant
be great.
going up
They'll
there.
pick up some lunch business
Oh, yeah,
from
definitely.
TRICARE.
We have about 850 employees in our complex there, so you know
Is that right? My God.
the more food places around for lunch, the better.
I can't even fathom that, why someone else would have shown up there many years ago. That's been a vacant piece of land there for years.
Oh yes.
Golly, I should have snagged. I mean, we should have gotten in on that, Woody. You know, when you think about the United Way of Horry County, what was it that, of course, it was that activity of TRICARE getting involved. Was there anything in particular for viewers who aren't familiar with the United Way of Horry County? What exactly is it?
Well, the United Way of Horry County, I don't want to go into all the history and everything. It started up in 1973 by a group of local businessmen who saw a need for an oversight into nonprofit giving.
Right.
At that time, and the United Way was starting up nationally
Right.
at that time. So it grew from there, and it has grown to raising over $1 million a year to help out agencies. And the reason I got so heavily involved in the United Way is because I like giving back to the community, and the United Way has 39 agencies in Horry County that they support, that provide services like youth services, Boys and Girls Clubs services, health.
Coastal Samaritan Center, Kathy Eustace, who was with us yesterday,
That's
one of the recipients. They've got a big United Way emblem on the front of their brochures.
That's correct. Healthcare services for the needy and those who are less fortunate than ourselves. They help agencies that provide a safety net, like the American Red Cross and the Salvation Army. So it's a way to give back and help out 39 agencies all in one shot with one donation. So, and that really stuck with me, and I see the need for it.
That's wonderful, Woody. UnitedWayHCSC.org. Is that the best way? And of course, they've got a great phone number. For viewers who may not know the number, what number is that?
It's 843-347-5195.
Okay, 843-347-5195, UnitedWayHCSC.org.
Right, and you can go out to the website and you can actually donate to the United Way through the website.
They've got a secure
They have a secure
website for making
way of
donations.
giving. So
Right.
if you want to give, if it's getting close to the end of the year and you want a tax deduction there,
Sure.
pull up the website and give. And rest assured that the money goes to 39 agencies that help out here in Horry County. All the money stays local.
That is wonderful, Woody. Can a viewer actually go in there and pick one of the 39 to focus their funds on, or pick a couple of them, or if they really wanted to focus on youth, let's say, or focus on certain things, or does every donation need to get split between the 39?
We have a designated giving, so
Okay.
if somebody is real passionate about the Girl Scouts or the Boy Scouts and they want to give to, they want their money to go through that, it can be funneled that way through designated giving.
That's wonderful. And I mentioned your children earlier, Woody. Am I correct that one of your children is following in your footsteps as a student there at
Coastal Carolina University?
That's
I have a
tremendous.
daughter, Lacey Montgomery, and she is a junior there at Coastal Carolina University.
She's a rising junior?
She's a rising junior.
How exciting.
And we're very proud of her and very excited that she's going to fulfill her collegiate career right here
in Horry County. Yes. And of course, I think I saw your son out at Coastal Carolina at the March of Dimes, at the Walk America or the March for Babies, or maybe it was in another Heart Association event, another great group that you're active with.
He actually goes out to most of the activities that I go. He's right there, and he helps out. He doesn't just stand around. He volunteers. He likes to collect the T-shirts. So we
I
get
bet he's got a lot of them.
Right.
I think I saw, is he Woodrow Ford the fourth?
The fourth.
He is number 4, so clearly you're number 3. Your dad, number 2.
My dad's number 2, and my late grandfather was Woodrow the Senior.
That is tremendous. Has Woody begun talking about it, even contemplating down the road, having a number 5, or has he said this is the end?
Yeah, I don't think he's there yet.
Is that right? Yeah, yeah. Woody is an easy, you said he's 11, right?
He's 11 now, and actually he is into Coastal also.
Is he really?
He has his Coastal T-shirt, and he goes to all the alumni events with me, and he said one day he wants to also go to Coastal, just like his dad and his big sister. So.
That's tremendous. What was it over at the Wall College of Business that got you really interested in? Was it because you've been an operations director there at Blue Cross Blue Shield at TRICARE, or because I saw you're about to wrap up your MBA?
Yes.
In early next year.
Yes.
What was it about? Is it about numbers in particular, or just interacting with?
It was interacting with the faculty there at Coastal. They're very easy to get along with as far as student-faculty relationship there, and they're very supportive of the students, and they want to see their students succeed. And it's one of the goals that the new president, Dave DeCenzo, has set for the college, is to focus on helping the students become successful. And they've done that all along, and that was one of the reasons why I chose Coastal Carolina University.
That's tremendous. And the Alumni of the Year just last year, that's a big deal for the Wall College of Business. How did they select that, Woody?
That was an extreme honor, and I was completely astounded and shocked that I was awarded that. But that's done based on a nomination. So I was nominated by a fellow alumni, and I was in. From what I understand, I was in top runnings a year before.
Right.
And I got nominated again. I didn't expect to win, and they chose me.